Hello, my dear students. Today we can discuss another new topic, education for commerce. Education for commerce. In the year 1854, the Court of Directors of the East India Company in London sent an educational dispatch to the Governor General in India. So here, the directors of the East India Company in London send an educational dispatch, means for the purpose of education. They sent a group to India, to the Governor General in India, issued by Charles Wood, the president of the board of control of the company. So who was the leader here? Charles Wood. It has come to known as Wood's dispatch, and this educational dispatch known as Wood's dispatch, outlining the educational policy that was to be followed in India. And in this Wood's dispatch emphasized once again the practical benefits of a system of European learning as opposed to Oriental knowledge. Earlier you know that there is Oriental, then some people they opposed the Orientalists. So here this Wood's dispatch also opposed the Orientalists. One of the practical issues the dispatch pointed to was economic. European learning, it said, enable or help Indians to recognize the advantages that flow from the expansion of trade and commerce. This, according to Charles Wood, this European education helped the Indians to realize the advantages that flow from the expansion of trade and commerce. So according to him, this European education in India increases the demand of foreign goods in India and make them see the importance of developing the resources of the country. So here he thought that when the people of India learn English, it may help developing the resources of the country. Introducing them to European ways of life would change their tastes and desires and create a demand for British goods. So Wood opined that introducing European style of life that would change their taste, desires of Indians, and it increases the demand of British goods in India. For Indians would begin to appreciate and buy things that were produced in Europe. So what happened now? The Woods, what was his opinion when English learning helped the Indians to know about the European style of life, their taste and desires, and also it create a good demand of British goods. At the same time, these Indians, they appreciate the foreign goods and buy things that were produced in Europe. So here Charles Wood thought that European learning or English learning or Western learning helped to increase the demand of European goods in India. Then Wood's dispatch also argued that European learning improve the moral character of Indians. Other point they are saying that European learning or English education improve the moral character of Indians. It make them truthful and honest, and thus supply the company with the civil servants who could be trusted and depended on. And this European learning or English education helpful for the company to get civil servants. Civil servants means to some employers, they will get some people or some workers, and that workers may trusted and depended upon. And the literature of the East was not only full of grave errors, it could also not instill in people a sense of duty and a commitment to work. nor could it develop the skills required for administration. Actually, Wood's thinking about English administration in India. So he thought that education or literature of East not help them to develop workers in India. So here he thought that English education helped them to create a commitment to work, and also it help to develop the skills required for administration. So following the 1854 Woods Dispatch, several measures were introduced by the British. Education departments of the government were set up to extend control over all matters regarding education. So after the Woods Dispatch, what happened? Educational departments were started in India. For what purpose? To extend their control over the matters related to education. Then steps were taken to establish a system of university education. Then for higher education, new steps were taken. In the 1857, while the sepoys rose in revolt in Meerut and Delhi, universities were being established in Calcutta, Madras and Bombay. So what happens? In order to improve the English education in India, universities were developed in Calcutta, Madras and Bombay. And there were attempts made to bring about changes within the system of school education. More than this, there were some attempts made for what purpose? To bring some changes in the school education also. And so here what happened in 1854, Charles Wood, he introduced his own method of English education. His demands or his opinion he introduced. So what happened here? Charles Wood outlined an educational policy to be followed in India, and that policy known as Wood's Dispatch. So what I mean by Wood's Dispatch? In the year 1854, Charles Wood outlined an educational policy to be followed in India, and that known as what? Wood's Dispatch. And it give more stress on the practical benefits of European learning as against Oriental learning. And Wood's Dispatch also pointed out the economic and moral benefits of European learning. And according to him, European learning helped the Indians to understand trade and commerce and importance of developing resources. It would introduce them to European way of life, taste and desires. And what happened? It would create demands for British goods in India. European learning would make Indians morally upright and suitable civil servants for the company. And also it instilled a sense of duty and a commitment in the Indians. So what happened following this Wood's Dispatch? What happened? There were education departments of the government were set up to extend control over all matters related to education. Then steps were taken to establish a system of university education. In the year 1857, universities were established in which places? Calcutta, Madras and Bombay. More than this, attempts were also made to bring about changes in the system of school education. So dear students, today we can conclude. You go through the area education for commerce and underline the important points. Thank you. Have a nice day.